Hello everyone, today's video we'll be reacting to Midsmith's video talking about how Snezhnaya's first reveal might explain everything. What does she mean by that? Does she mean there's no Caesar stuff, so it does, is she got to say it talks about the third descender and maybe their powers sealed away in ice? I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know what this is going to be about, but we've got to give this a watch. I do want to say before, I want to get a couple of things out there in a main video, because I talked about it in my extras video last night. And when I was just going around farming for Columbina and Flynn's, I just wanted to record that. But I want to say, damn, 20 million views because it's a freaking ad. But I do want to say that I think the Sarita, I just think it just makes sense that the Sarita will be this Fae. Not this exact one, but this type of Fae. I don't know what Fae it is. I don't know what it's called. But I think the Sarita will be this type of Fae. So that's what I think will happen. I don't know if it will or not. But yeah, I do think she'll be this Fae. But yeah, I did make a post talking about when I think the Snezhnaya teaser will come out, and I'm pretty sure it's got to come out. I think the 5th to the 8th of July. I think, and that is the Snezhnaya teaser. We're probably going to get a Fatui teaser like a couple weeks before that, just like the Shade teaser to the Non-Cry teaser. That was like a couple weeks before. So I think we're going to get the end of June a Fatui teaser, the beginning of July the Snezhnaya teaser, and then midway through August is the patch. I think that's probably what's going to happen. Maybe I'm cooking, maybe I'm not. I'm just going off timelines of previous things, but anyway, let's see what Minslev has to say and why she put the no-seas in the thumbnail.
Snezhnaya is coming out on August 12th.
God, it's so
and it
pretty.
Feels crazy to say that because
I hope you guys redeem that. I did. I don't redeem it for any other game because I forget.
for 6 years we've been waiting for this. Oh, and more Traveler skins. And for 6 years we've known that Sarita was collecting the Gnosis for some reason. But for the longest time, that reason was hidden behind a lot of suspiciously calm Archons. As it stands right now, Snezhnaya has already obtained
I mean, they probably know the Sarita's vision, right? They would probably know, right?
7 Gnosis. The only one still missing is the Pyro Gnosis.
And that's what Snezhnaya we're going to be all about, right?
And what makes this so interesting is that most of them were not taken through brute force. They were basically handed over. Venti lost his Gnosis to La Senora, but he revealed he was holding back because protecting Mondstadt was more important than the Gnosis. Zhongli made a contract with La Senora and gave his Gnosis away willingly. Yaimiko traded A's Gnosis to save the Traveler. Nahida handed over both the Electro and Dendro Gnosis to Dottore.
That's crazy. 2 in all. What? Dottore, bro, got... Okay, so Signora's got 2. Dottore's got 2.
People in exchange for the
Wanderer's got 1.
erasure of his segments and very important lore. And now the devs are teasing that the Archons giving away their Gnosis to the Sarita may have secretly been the...
I'm really curious how easy it is for Dottore to make a saving. He said it was a tedious task, but it's fucking Dottore we're talking about here, so is that even true? Probably not.
Now the devs are teasing that the Archons giving away their Gnosis to the Sarita may have secretly been the better choice for Teyvat. And Snezhnaya's story will
They probably know
why. But what if I told you we may already know why the Sarita wants to collect every Gnosis? Today I want to talk about the recent dev live.
Wait.
Already know why the Sarita wants to collect every Gnosis.
Well, it's
Today
for the
I
new
talk
world,
about the
right?
recent dev live stream and why the Sarita's entire plan may be less about conquering Teyvat and more about recovering something that was taken from her. Or maybe someone. A dead lover, perhaps? Snezhnaya is one of the 7 nations of Teyvat.
And maybe she said to Signora. I hope.
And it is the nation that worships the Cryo Archon, the Sarita.
Help Signora get her lover back. I don't know.
7 nations of Teyvat, and it is the nation that worships the Cryo Archon, the Sarita. It is also the home of the Fatui, the organization that has caused...
I feel like worship isn't the right word because they hate her. I don't know. Is worship the right word to use in this? I feel like in ways, yes, but I mean, don't they all hate her? Pretty sure they do.
In almost every region we've visited. For years, Snezhnaya has been portrayed as cold, powerful, and threatening. The Fatui are everywhere, and their agents interfere in other nations. Their harbingers manipulate politics, conduct experiments, and take whatever they need for the Sarita's mission and their own personal gains. So from our point of view, Snezhnaya has always felt like enemy territory. It's a land of winter storms. Nadia says the blizzards can last...
I'm curious how the Traveler's gonna be when we step foot there. what is everyone going to think of the Traveler? Will there be like a misconception? Like, is the Tsaritsa like I don't know, like it's just some like false misinformation about the Traveler or something that he's like evil or something? I'm curious. I'm very curious. I mean, the Traveler's not technically all goody nice, but technically, but you know what I mean?
For a month straight, Child says people can freeze to death if they stop moving outside. At night, the sky can be lit by auroras, which makes the nation sound beautiful but also extremely harsh.
In the nighttime, beautiful. Daytime, death and agony.
It's definitely not the kind of place where survival is easy. Dragonspine 5.0. But the more we learn, the more complicated that image becomes. Snezhnaya isn't just some evil nation. It is a nation preparing for a large-scale war against Celestia and Fate. And the Tsaritsa has spent
that castle is going to turn into a massive Ido cannon. It's going to beam Celestia out the sky. I'll watch.
Years sending her strongest followers across Teyvat to collect the Archon's Gnosis. We interrupt this lore spiral to bring you.
Oh my god!
Is a classic
dragons.
Collectible
That's
RPG
not a dragon.
where you time people.
Big question mark. You said 12th anniversary.
Your legend.
God damn!
Video. The dev livestream frames.
Ouch, bro.
Thank you so much, Summoners War Sky Arena, for sponsoring today's video. The dev livestream frames Snezhnaya as a nation standing at the front of the struggle against fate itself. Among the 7 nations, it may be the most proactive and the most determined to fight against the heavenly principles. Because of this, they've pulled a lot of resources into their technology. Compared to most of Teyvat, Snezhnaya is extremely...
They were trying to take moon power, for fuck's sake. I mean, that failed, which is probably good. I mean, it is good because, well, if there was anyone you don't technically want moon power, it's probably Totoro. Let's be real.
Advanced, especially in weaponry. The Fatui use guns, cannons, elemental suits, mechanical weapons, and large industrial facilities. Alice has seen massive factories there. The Tore built an automated factory in Liyue for Ruin Guard research. Nodcry alone has already...
Oh my god, yeah, that factory. That was part of Tartaglia's story quest, right? With Chusa and stuff, holy, then they'll play hide and seek. I think, yeah. Okay.
Shown us how far Snezhnayan technology and industry can go. A Gnosis is an item used by the 7 Archons to...
Yeah, Fontaine is like in the Stone Age compared to it, bro.
Snezhnayan technology and industry can go. A Gnosis is an item used by...
Akasha what?
The 7 Archons to directly resonate with Celestia. It's proof of an Archon's status as one of the 7.
They're gonna have like ultimate resonation at this point, right?
Enhance an Archon's ability.
I am so excited to see what's going to happen when they get the 7, all 7. Oh my god, when they get the Pyronoshis, I just can't even imagine how good that cutscene's going to be. That cutscene's going to be ridiculous. I already know it. Oh my god, because that's probably going to be... I'm curious how many acts there's going to be in Snezhnaya, because no cried there was 8 acts. Maybe even get a 9th and 10th one next patch or something, or the patch after, who knows. But, I mean, I'm curious how many acts they're gonna be, and the last act is gonna be probably ridiculous. It's Poco gonna be the best story in the game by far, probably even destroying No Cry story, but we'll see.
Even though the Archons still have...
I have high expectations.
7, and it seems to greatly enhance an Archon's abilities.
Maybe since we're getting to the latter half of the game.
Even though the Archons still have power without it. For a long time, that was basically how we understood the Gnosis. But we learned something really important from Skirt.
Oh yeah, the 3rd Descender.
Yeah. The remains of the 3rd Descender. A Descender is someone who can transcend Teyvat's laws and influence its fate. Usually...
And that, I mean, it makes sense because, like, obviously it has, like... I guess that means that Descender also had some sort of light power, maybe, and then they split off the power into the 7 segments. I'm guessing that's probably what happened. So, I'm curious if maybe is that 3rd Descender related to Aether and Lamine in some way? I don't know. Or is it just... Maybe they're from the same civilization, or we don't really know anything about the 3rd Descender, right? Because I hope not, because then I'm just spinning bullshit at this point. I hope not. I don't know. Maybe it's like related, or it's like the same civilization, or maybe just Descendants have light power in general. I don't know.
That means a very select few Outlanders from outer space, someone who doesn't fully belong to Teyvat.
I think it'd be cool to learn if I could say Voyager. That's the 2nd. Right, the 2nd? Sorry, I have to be so funny. I do it every time. But yeah, the third descender. It'll be really interesting to learn if they're related or not. I'd be cool if they are.
System. Right now, the major descenders we know about are the Heavenly Principles as the first descender, the second descender who is heavily implied to be the Dragon King Nibelung, the third descender, and the Traveler as the fourth.
Oh, the Voyager isn't one. Oh, so I get confused so much. Wait, the Voyager's not one? Oh my god. I guess, I guess because the Voyager came and left. Sorry, it's just so much shit with this game, I get confused. Oh, no, okay, the Voyager isn't one. Fuck.
Descender. And according to the lore we now have from Hymns of the Far North, the third descender is Satalainen.
Oh!
In free time, definitely read this book. It has so much deep lore. If not, I'll just make a full video about all its volumes. Satalainen is described as cheerful, fair, kind-hearted, and noble-born.
Okay.
He traveled through the forsaken Isle of Hisi Island and the dark lands of
I guess we don't know what happened, right?
Puyola to court the daughter of Pakaisuko, a maiden of peerless beauty. Pakaisuko agreed to let Satalainen marry his daughter, but only on one condition. Satalainen had to open the gates of Puyola for him. Satalainen knew this would bring punishment from the Heavenly Principles, but he did it anyway, because if he refused, Pakaisuko would send his own daughter to open the gates instead. So Satalainen chose to take the punishment in her place. And after he entered Puyola, he was killed by the Heavenly Principles.
Damn! Instant death! Jesus, can't even give him a second chance.
Then the Heavenly Principles collaborated with one who came after, probably Nibelung the second descender, to split his corpse into 7 pieces. Those pieces became the 7 Gnosis. So the Gnosis are pieces...
I'm sorry, is it just me? I kind of wish we learned that in Snezhnaya or something. Is that just me? I wish we saw, like, visualization or just got told it in Snezhnaya's story. I don't know, I think that would have been like 10 times better.
Of a dead descender's body. They are relics created from someone who was killed for defying the Heavenly Principles. And if Satalainen is connected to the Tsaritsa story, then the Tsaritsa may not be collecting the Gnosis simply because she wants power to defy Celestia. She might be collecting the pieces of someone she lost.
Oh, because she would have been the daughter! Is that what you're saying? Or am I going crazy?
This is where the theory gets really interesting. We've talked about this in previous videos, but with Snezhnaya getting closer, it's worth looking at again. There are several parallels between Satalainen and Ajax, the hero from Snezhnayan legend, whom Child was probably named after. In Snezhnayan legend, Ajax had a lover named Snegurochka, the Snow Maiden. And in Hymns of Snezhnayan legend, Ajax had a lover named Snegurochka, the Snow Maiden. And in Hymns of the Far North, Satalainen travels to court the daughter of Pakaisuko. The name Pakaisuko comes from a Finnish figure connected to Father Frost. In Eastern Slavic tradition, Father Frost is also the grandfather of Snegurochka. So, the daughter of Pakaisuko in the Hymns of the Far North parallels Snegurochka, the Snow Maiden, in Ajax's story. And if we take that a step further, Pakaisuko may be connected to the Beletsar, the first Cryo-Archon and leader of the Snowland Fae. So the possible interpretation looks like this. Pakaisuko may be the first Cryo-Archon. His daughter may be Snegurochka, the Snow Maiden. Satalainen is the third descender and possibly the same figure as the legendary Ajax. And if the Tsaritsa is connected to or is Snegurochka, then Satalainen may have been her lover. The god of love may be fighting the system that killed the person she loved and turned his remains into tools of divine rule.
That's kind of crazy. Kind of fucking messed up. Oh, these designs! Hold up, sorry, I need to pause.
She's essentially
oh my god, the Farina. Oh my god, that looks awesome, bro. Who the fuck? Oh, that's the Cryo-Archon. Blanked out. Damn, okay. Bro, the Farina of the hat. Oh, it looks awesome. Oh my god. Sorry, I just see taking these designs, man. Look at this. Very cute. I like this. Bro, it looks like a freaking old British, old European person. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a monocle. And then damn, okay.
Covering something that never should have belonged to the Archons in the first place. From her point of view, the Seven Nations that never should have belonged to the Archons in the first place. From her point of view, the Seven Nations may have been carrying pieces of Satalainen for thousands of years, while Celestia used those pieces to crown the Archons and maintain its order. However, it's not confirmed that the Tsaritsa is literally Snegurochka, the lover of the third descender. And it's not confirmed that collecting the Gnosis will resurrect him.
I don't know, that'd be crazy.
Of the third descender. And it's not
If you don't
confirmed that
know.
collecting the Gnosis will resurrect him, but the possibility is certainly there. These are just theories. But this might explain why the Archons may have been willing to let the Gnosis go. If the Gnosis are made from the body of the third descender, then like Skirk says, they're probably cursed. They are physical proof that the current world order was built on something actually horrifying. The Archons might not know all the details, but several of them clearly know way more than they say. Maybe the Archons are letting the Tsaritsa continue because they understand that the Gnosis are part of a system that is fundamentally flawed. If the devs are saying that Archons
that's what I said before, they probably like understand in some way, right?
Gnosis may turn out to be the better choice for Teyvat, then the implication is probably that the Tsaritsa's plan is dangerous, but necessary. And the Tsaritsa may be trying to force the one confrontation everyone else has been.
Hey, I'm saying, there's still one fucking nail. We might, I feel like in Snezhnaya, we're gonna encounter this nail. I'm just saying, man, there's still one nail up there, and we might fucking encounter it in Snezhnaya. I feel like Celestia might try to stop whatever Snezhnaya is trying to do. Like, try and stop this plan. But it'll probably fail. But I like Celestia's plan to destroy Snezhnaya will probably fail. But I do think this nail will probably be used in Snezhnaya. Anyway.
Avoiding. Because think of it this way, if one Archon openly rebels against Celestia alone, their nation could pay the price. We've already seen what happens when the Heavenly Principles decides a civilization has gone too far. Case in point, Conria. So maybe the other Archons can't openly stand against Celestia even if they know something is wrong. So maybe the other Archons...
Is this supposed to be Ageria? I'm gonna say, there's no way this is Fostor. She's too big. AKA. I'm guessing this is Ageria.
Archons can't openly stand against Celestia even if they know something is wrong. But shout out to Fossilor though. She honestly threw up the biggest middle finger to Celestia, and we'll never forget that, queen. By gathering all the 7 Gnosis, the Tsaritsa becomes the only one leading the responsibility for the rebellion. The other Archons can step away from Celestia's system without directly dragging their nation into war. And that might be why one by one they let her have the Gnosis. And Moika might have to come to the same conclusion as well. But even if, let's say, Snezhnaya were to take all the blame, I think this would inevitably plunge the whole world into war. But there are still things we don't know. Are the Gnosis necessary tools to maintain Celestia's rule? Can the Tsaritsa even use them to Are the Gnosis necessary tools to maintain Celestia's rule? Can the Tsaritsa even use them to rewrite fate? Even though they're made from a descender, we still don't know the extent of their powers combined. So the Tsaritsa may be collecting the 7 Gnosis to resurrect.
It's probably like a fraction. It's probably like altogether, it's still probably a fraction of the Descender's power, right? It's probably, like, if you put them all together, I feel like the Celestia would have made it so if you put them all together, you would get the full power of the third Descender. I think Celestia might have taken a lot of the power for themselves, and then given off fractions of the power to each of the Archons, probably. I think it'd be kind of dumb if you had the full power on the that.
So the Tsaritsa may be collecting the 7 Gnosis to resurrect Satalainen, the third Descender.
It's just, there's not his full powers, you just resurrect like his arm or something.
Which would be pretty cool considering her name is Anastasia. The name Anastasia means resurrection or rebirth.
Wait, is that the
But there's one major problem with this theory. The timeline can get a little messy. If Satalainen is the third Descender and his body became the Gnosis, then his death likely happened a very long time ago, before the current Archon system fully existed as we know it, and likely before the Archon War. This means his death took place thousands of years ago. So I'm not sure it makes sense with what we know about the Tsaritsa changing after the Cataclysm 500 years ago. If Satalainen died thousands of years ago, how could his death be the direct reason the
Okay, I'm sorry, where the fuck is this? Why am I actually confused? Oh, this is under Windrise? It's just, why does the terrain look really weird? What is wrong? What is happening with this terrain, bro? Oh, is this just because of 6 years ago? Looks weird.
If Satalainen died thousands of years ago, how could his death be the direct reason the Tsaritsa became the cold, rebellious Archon we know today? There are a few possible theories to consider. The first possibility is that the Tsaritsa is Snezhnaya herself, meaning she is the lover of the third Descender, and something during the Cataclysm caused her to change. Maybe the Cataclysm was the final breaking point. The second possibility is that the Tsaritsa is a successor to Snezhnaya. She may not be the original Snow Maiden, but she may have inherited Snezhnaya's role, power, title, or grief. Divine beings are not always simple. Their identities can be inherited, split, erased, or reborn. So the Tsaritsa may be the one carrying Snegoroshka's unresolved tragedy, but she's not the original woman from the Snezhnayan legends. The third possibility is that the Tsaritsa is a daughter or descendant of Snegoroshka and Satalainen. This would help explain the timeline discrepancy.
Oh, okay.
But this theory has its own potential problem, because the hymns suggest that Alainen died before the marriage could happen, and the daughter of Pakaisuko would never again be wed, unless they had her out of wedlock. But even if one of these theories is true, even if the Tsaritsa's entire rebellion began from love, that doesn't necessarily make her or the Fatui innocent. Even though we've met some very lovable Fatui members from the Chasm and the Harbingers, again, this doesn't erase what the organization has done as a whole. The Fatui have hurt people. The Tore alone is a walking list of reasons not to trust
Holy shit, the
Snezhnaya.
quality is
Fatui
fucking
have hurt
ridiculous, by the
people.
way.
The Tore alone is a walking list of reasons not to trust Snezhnaya. The Harbingers are dangerous.
Kale, man. Kale.
And many of them have treated innocent people as tools. But the point is that Snezhnaya's quote-unquote
a good reason doesn't justify bad actions. Right?
Evil isn't simple. With that being said, I really hope Snezhnaya doesn't welcome us right away. I don't want to walk into Snezhnaya and instantly be treated like a hero.
Yeah.
I
feel like that's what I was saying before. It'd be really interesting, it'd be cool if there's like misinformation about the Traveler. Yeah. I feel like an outsider, like, I don't know, maybe there's some misinformation that the Traveler's like evil or done evil deeds, and like they all don't trust him or something, and he has to prove that he's actually a good guy. Well, good guy in some ways.
The Traveler to feel like an outsider. Let us sneak around a bit. Maybe even make it illegal to use Diluc in Snezhnaya.
Oh,
even though we've met Fatui characters we love, Snezhnaya should still feel dangerous. We should have to earn trust there. The Tsaritsa shouldn't immediately like the Traveler, and the Traveler shouldn't immediately trust her. That tension would make her character arc so much more interesting in my opinion. Because the Traveler and the Tsaritsa may actually mirror each other more than either of them expect. The Traveler is searching for their sibling, the Tsaritsa may be searching for the remains of someone she lost. The Traveler wants answers about this world, the Tsaritsa may already know enough of those answers to hate the world's current order. The Traveler keeps being pulled into nations and saving them from trouble, and the Tsaritsa may be trying to force all of Teyvat into one final confrontation with Silesia. And the stage for all of this to happen is Snezhnaya. We might also see Snezhnaya.
I wonder what power the Traveler's gonna get, like some of this like
to happen
ancient power.
Is Snezhnaya. We might also see Snezhnaya introduce its own unique regional power, similar to Primordial Water in Fontaine, Phlogiston in Natlan, and Kuvaki in Nodcry. Since this is the Cryo Nation, I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like Primordial Ice, or some ancient form of cryo connected to preservation, memory, sealing, or stasis like the livestream indicated. The dev livestream made it clear that Snezhnaya is not just another region. This is where years of buildup of lore thread upon lore thread will finally come together. What did you think of the Snezhnaya?
I am so excited,
bro. What are you most excited for? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm your leafy lore keeper Minzliff, and I read the Genshin Impact lore so that you don't have to.
Thank you, Minzliff. Alright. But yeah, I am so excited for Snezhnaya. Like, I think the lore is going to be insane. The story is hopefully going to be amazing. Yeah, when we enter there, I hope we freaking just meet Dottore. I would love if Dottore is the first person to greet us. That'd be fucking amazing. Oh, that'd be so good. He's just there going, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up? Remember me? Oh, that'd be so funny. I don't know. I just can't. I just really hope Dottori's there to greet us in general. Even if it isn't the first, but it'll just be really funny. Because the Traveler's gonna be so confused. Oh my god. But yeah, it'll be, oh my god, bro, we could see all the Archons get together as well. That'd be awesome, bro. But yeah, I am so curious, so excited to see how long the story takes, how many acts we're going to get. We're going to get 2 acts per story, like, patch, like, oh my god. I'm just so interested to see what the Snezhnaya, the Tsaritsa looks like. Not Snezhnaya looks like. I mean, even that is going to be awesome, but what the Tsaritsa looks like, what her personality is going to be like, how everyone treats the Tsaritsa, like, I'm just so curious what the dynamic is going to be between the Tsaritsa and the population of Snezhnaya. Like, what's the dynamic going to be like? Because they both hate each other. So, I don't know, man. But yeah, I guess I'll see everyone. This is an even Minzliff. I don't know what's going on here. I am annoyed with this. I'm like shaking when Yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace.